Alright guys, so we're back. I got the gray on the claws over here on my hormigons. Just the straight gray to start with. We're going to come back through with more highlights, but I had a few that I had to come back up and touch up because my back was really starting to hurt me. So I had to take a break and fell asleep because of the pill. So I had to fix those up. So now I'm letting all of them dry before I do anything else. So I'm like, well, I want to paint. So we're going to add our bright blue to it. So I was doing a few of them just to get loosened up. So bright blue. We're moving along. So here we go. Keen-eyed people will notice it's the same palette from yesterday. But yeah, so for me, it's just like a stripe. I'm trying not to make it overpowering. And of course I did. And then we're going to go back here, again back here, and those are way too thick. Get some paint off there. A little too wet. All right. And now we're going to go up here. And now that's just been warm up. So what I like to do is I point the head so that the ridge line is pointed directly at me. And then I'm just going to line up my brush and come straight down over it. So here's my view that I'm going to have. Straight down over it. We're just going to go light. So I start to get feeling on it. I'm just lightly hitting that. I don't want it to be overpowering. I want to keep that separation that I have, because like on this one, it may or may not come through on the camera very well, but in person there's a lot of really good highlights that came through with the color layers. I'm not sure what to call it, if it would be a glaze. I'm sure someone would say it's a glaze. I'm not sure, but I think my paints are a little thick for a glaze. But now I'm just going to come down the sides here and just adding a little one of this bright blue. I just realized I never told you what the color was. It is, I apologize for the arm, sky blue. Model color sky blue. And just feathering it in a little bit so it's not like a good curve. I want it to be a little natural looking, you know? Not that I took a straight line and ran it down there. I've got very steady hands, which is good and bad. Quote the office, steady hands, number one doctor. There's your office quote for you. And then coming down and just touching on these, because these ones are so tiny. Absolutely tiny. But just trying to get some color on it so that it stands out. When I gloss coat, I do a heavy gloss coat. And I find that as it's drying, it tends to, I don't want to say melt, but it seems to run the colors together a little bit, like the activator in the gloss coat that I use. As it's curing, just makes it a little, I don't know, loosens things up. Just trying to get that little line there. So there we go. So yeah. So then I got another brush sitting here with some of the grays that are still, I added a little water. And then I'm going through and hitting up any spots like here. I've got too much black there. So just adding a little gray to break it up. Just where I was slapping stuff down. And then also you can see here, I've got this purple overflow. So we can go ahead and start cleaning up some of my messes. And I've been finding, purple overflow, and like here's a shoulder. That's pretty common. I've gotten colors on. Just trying to get ahead of the cleanup here. And then getting that darker color and getting the claws and stuff on this so that, that grayish, blackish color at least matches up. Now, my first 20 of these termagants don't have that color on them. It is I think it's just a gray color, if I remember correctly. But we're okay with it not being a perfect match. We're gonna be just fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm not gonna let it affect my OCD. It's okay, because it's all said and done. I mean, can you really tell that big of a difference on the grays? I mean, yeah, it's a little darker, but it's not like the be all end all. So yeah, we got time. It's fine. But there we go. That's pretty much the last stage for the armor. We're moving along here. We got more to do. So, this is one of my favorite ones I've been doing. I accidentally put this big splotch when I was dry brushing. And I thought, interesting. So I put a spot of the purple and then a spot of the darker blue. My thought was like, he's, genetic deficiency, whatever. He's got a spot of armor growing where there shouldn't be armor. Just creating that little story, little headcanon type thing. But here, see if I can hit the dot right on the first try. See if I can get it to focus. First try. Not bad. Ooh. Yeah, not bad. But it was too big. So, second try? There we go. Second try. There we go. All right. So now, gosh, I really am just hitting that too heavy. Go through and get our stuff on. Some of these I'm hoping I did the like a zenithal on it. Like some of the bodies, I left half of it, like the right half or the left half, dark, and the other half not. like at all. Like there was nothing. Almost like a dry brush, dark, and let it go. And I wanted to see what the turnout would be if I could, pick and choose it when it came time. But I just noticed the time. So, yeah. Then again, like here, just add a little embellishment to that. A little too much. Light touch. There we go. Just to add a little variety to the armor. That, yes, they're genetically the same, but just like with everything, little mutations happen. Little changes. Happy little mistakes, guys. Alright. I'm going to do a few more of these before I probably have to take a break. Have a great one, guys. Talk to you.